Hey guys, I wasn't sure of what I wanted to draw for this next video here until I was on Mitch's channel. Well, I wasn't on it, I was watching him draw. He draws every Wednesday and Sunday. I'll leave a link to his channel also. But yeah, so he did a Youngblood video today. And then Rob Norton, he was in that chat also. The chat. And he said he was doing a, now I don't remember if it was a Youngblood video he said he's doing on Friday, or if it's like in the Acrobats video. But in any case, it's a Rob Liefeld video property. So I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's what I could kind of sketch next, is some Youngblood characters, Liefeld made characters. So this is gonna be Shaft, this guy, and then I'll up over here I'll draw man, I keep wanting to call her Domino, but it's Vogue. You know, do a contrapposto kind of thing. I figured the eye level is right here, so you know it's about at her hip. That should be fine. I give myself a 30-minute time limit, so most likely that means it'll be 40 minutes that I'll be able to kind of get this done. Hopefully, I'll do my best, because I don't want to make this video last forever or anything. So I'll have this hand up here. The idea for this, that I got for this, was to kind of make a joke about, man, I always have to draw hands in these sketches. I love drawing hands, but I don't quite have them down. You know, I always have to like look at my own hands constantly, or redraw these hands over and over. Yeah, so Rob was, I'll leave a link to his channel also. These Rob and Mitch are like really cool dudes. They draw really good also. They both do. Rob doesn't really have a scheduled, when he does his live drawing streams, but they're usually in the evening. Mitch's is like Wednesday evening and then Sunday mornings, I think. He's in a different time zone than me, so I'm probably off on that. If you follow their channels, and like I said, I'll leave a link in the description of their channels, and just hit the bell, and yeah, you'll be notified of whenever they go live. So you'll have her hand down here maybe. The idea I got for this was, this guy, his face is like really like nutso crazy. It's not just like a standard angry face to me anyway. It looks like he's going a bit more than that for that face. So keeping these as a bit more of reference, I was thinking, well, I guess I'll have his face pointed downward a bit. Yeah, I was thinking I'll just go overboard with this. I really like those screaming faces that Liefeld draws, or anybody, whoever does like really good screaming faces, like Mitch. He's one of my favorite. Mitch, that does the Blood Force comic. He does some of my favorite screaming faces with his character Popo, especially. So I'm just gonna try to emulate an overboard screaming face. It's gonna look goofy, I'm sure of it. Maybe like a Stallone lip there. And then, yeah, I got my ace in the hole will be, if I don't finish this on time, will be the Wally Woods quote of when in doubt, black it out, or if in doubt, something about doubting your work, than blacking it out. Oh yeah, speaking of signups, I got a sign up that I'll leave in the link also of my comic, Occult Descent, Volume 2. This will be page 24, I guess. This is an old page. I got this done a long time ago. I got an editor, Mark Polton. He told me to, he suggested I break up these pages a bit to get more artwork to, breathe a bit more. So that made sense. So I broke this page up into two here. I stopped it like right there. So, I think this page is pretty good. I still like it. I think I went a bit crazy here trying to do all this rendering, hatching. I still do rendering and hatching. I didn't stop that because, like I said, it's hard to stop. Let me grab the new page. All right, so this is the new page. The new 24 page 24. And I do lettering on the board. I stopped because my colors kept catching up to me. So to go quicker, I stopped the lettering, because lettering is a lot longer than I thought it would be. Lettering, like I could letter fast, kind of somewhat fast on this paper, but then when I scan it and put it into the computer, like the lettering looks so just fuzzy and gross, so I have to go over and clean it up, and that cleaning process takes a long time too. And then also, like, I'll embellish some of the lettering in the I use Procreate, so when I'm basically I'm drawing the letters, I'll make them smaller or bigger, kind of shift them around if I need to. Like, I do my best to get it correct the first time on the board, and then I'll adjust them in Procreate. But anyway, yeah, I think that this one, I do like this one more. I toned the hatching down a bit, not much. I'd say like 20%. And I think I made this more dynamic by putting Wallace here in the a little bit more foreshortened and bigger, and then he's cutting in front of Andy and this guy to add the 3D depth, and just blocked out all these guys. And I think I was able to put more detail onto the tech of this helicopter. And yeah, they're all looking at that shaft there, incinerator shaft. All right, so I better I'll leave the link for the sign up page on volume 2 of Occult Descent. It's about this kid gets kidnapped. His name's Henry, and then his friend Andy, who was jumping out of that airplane, she joins the VACU to get Henry back and stops a call Sakal is a mutant vampire, and he's well, I don't want to get too much into the story, but he's pretty tough to stop, and he's a mutant vampire. So then we also got the normal, ordinary vampires that are pretty upset with him too, and so they devise a way to stop him as well, and everything comes to a head at some point in the story. A lot of twists and turns. One thing I can assure you about them is that, one thing I could say is I believe it's very fun. I think you'll get a kick out of it. And I do my best to make the artwork look really nice too. So if you would like to be notified when I do launch, please click the sign up link that I'll have in the description. It's on a Kickstarter right now. I'm also going to be putting it on Fund My Comic, but Fund My Comic doesn't have sign up pages. Not right now anyway, so I won't have that in there just yet. Not until I launch. Alright, I think that'll be... I'm not going to draw him with he's got like some collars and like a vest here. I'm not going to draw those. Let's see. Draw him kind of at an angle here, maybe. Yeah, I could get away with making his chest straight because you could pull his shoulder back. And I guess I'll allude to that with his collarbone kind of, well, the muscle in his collarbone. I don't really like to draw. I know like some people like to draw collarbones there. But when a guy's like really muscly, I try to abstain from drawing the collarbone. That's just me though. So this gal should, I guess she'll have her head kind of pulled back a little bit like that. Oh yeah, so the idea I had for this was she'd just be kind of, it's like she's referencing here with the fingers is like, you know, telling this guy to cool out just a smidge because he's going too extreme. She'll kind of have her teeth gritted, like just, I don't know, like that kind of awkward phase look. Dang, I'm already at 13 minutes. All right. And her hair, dang it. Yeah. Okay, I won't have her reference right next to me for the whole time, but she's got like a bit of a Deadpoolish look to her with two colored eyes. And she's got purple lips too. I never paid attention to that, I guess. Her teeth will be kind of clenched, like. Alright, she's got these big earrings. I might be making her head a bit too big. Yeah, it's a lot different. I'm sure everybody kind of already knows this, but like when when you're noodling around by yourself and you could I don't know, take a break and stop and come back to the work and then erase and draw more and make the drawing look much more pretty, I guess. And as compared to racing the clock and trying to get a sketch done as quick as you can. All right, so let's leave it at that. She's got these big old shoulder pads. Sometimes she only has them on one arm, sometimes both. And that's funny too, because I mean, so I could get away with no problem just kind of leaving some things, because as Robert Norton pointed out, is that Liefeld, he draws these characters with their uniforms looking different, almost on this, sometimes on the same page, or holding a different gun. And I did notice that on his Youngblood from time to time, but for his X-Force work, I'd never noticed that. The one that really stuck out to me was that Rob pointed out was Black Tom Cassidy when he had a beard in issue 3, I think, of X-Force. And just one panel later, he had, well, no, he did not have his beard in one panel, and one panel later his beard was back. Yeah, that cracked me up. So yeah, I'll take a little bit of liberties with the outfits if I need, or the face makeup or whatever. Anyway, let's see, this would, I might make a tangent there. Yeah, right on her thumb. Whatever. Her thumb go out even farther, I guess. Yeah, no, and his neck. I'll just keep it simple with the triangles, maybe. This is how I think, what it looks like Jim Lee does to me anyways. He just makes triangles for the neck tendons and stuff. I would go for like a Silvestri and Dale Keown look, because I think that those look way cooler. However, I don't think I'll be able to do that in time for this. Oh yeah, his eyes. I'll try to get those down as much as I can. The details on the face anyway. Kind of go with that Adam Hughes' advice of, like, when he light boxes something, he will start with the face first whenever he's transferring the image, because if he messes up on that, then the whole drawing is not good to him anyway, because the face is the focal point. like almost all the time. So if he messes up on that, then he could just start over. So he'll start with the face first, and I'll do the same. I know his eyebrows are nuts, but that's the point. And his eyebrows always seem to go like right at the bottom of whatever it is on his head, the head there. Let's get these teeth in real quick. I was watching, I think I say this almost every time I do a video, I was watching the comic book greats, and Liefeld's interview on there. Stanley was interviewing him. He, when he gets to the drawing part, like, I guess, yeah, I'm pretty impressed with how quick he draws his characters. Like, he just did a very loose sketch, like with these, like with what I'm doing, but he did it way more loosely, and that was pretty impressive to me anyway. That was pretty impressive. Him and Jim Lee were drawing very fast. Ooh, we got someone peeling out there. I don't know if you hear these cars behind me, but I don't think it's that busy of a day as it was the last video I put out. Not right now, anyway. Oh man. So you can see that Liefeld draws like a bunch of these hair. He doesn't draw like every single hair strand, of course, but I don't know, he does put a bit more detail into his hair. So I'll just draw clumps of it. I think this guy is, what is that, blonde or red hair? Strawberry blonde? I don't know. How do I... Oh man. Well, whatever. Even if I don't get it to how I like it, I could always get white out and then go crazy with that if I need. I wonder how Liefeld draws hair too, because maybe there is. I haven't found very many videos though of Rob drawing, other than comic book greats, and I've seen him do a Deadpool and a Batman. But there hasn't been much on how he does hair. That'd be cool to see a video on that. On the comic book greats, he did some like generic hair, because it was like a guy named Cross, but I don't know, it wasn't too much of emphasis on the and also those videos, no matter who's drawing, like the videos are so grainy. They don't come into focus very well, and which is weird to me, because I mean, like those old Bob Ross videos, like how are those able to come in so clear? But then, and those are free. They were on PBS. I mean, I guess you had to have a channel and electricity and all that, but I mean, if you had that, it was free. Whereas the comic book great interviews, you had to buy the videos. I don't know how much they were. I'm gonna guess $20, $30, and the videos like still weren't that good. Okay, I'm at 25 minutes. I think the hair should be fine by now. Whatever, all right, so that's the hair. Now I got a eraser thing on my marker. Oh, yeah, I'm using the Tombow, the one that David Finch recommends. It's the hard tip. Yeah, hard tip. Maybe 'cause I don't press very hard with my when I'm drawing, and so maybe that's why I don't really notice that big of a difference between the hard tip and the soft tip one. Because when you buy these Tombows, they come in a 2-pack, hard tip and soft tip, and yeah, I don't really notice a difference. I'm assuming it's because I don't press very hard. And Dave, if you see him drawing, he has his pencil is always wrapped up in something to make like a big cushion, because he presses kind of hard with his drawing, and it hurts his fingers after a little while. So he just started doing that. And that's why I'm guessing that he throws away his soft tip Tombows, because like it probably just smushes it right into the picture. If not, then I don't know. He doesn't like the soft tip anyway. I really like how Rob Liefeld does the these faces. He puts a lot of well, especially back in the early 90s, he puts a lot of hatching onto the face. And to me, it seems like those more open lines, like less shadows and stuff, it can it's easier to make a picture look dynamic, to me anyway. Dynamic with all those hatch lines. And I think it's because like all that, it's more for your mind to process. Especially if they do it in a way where it like goes with the shading and developing form, because I don't know, it's like a kind of a balance between shadowing in a form, like creating a solid mass, and then also like taking a second to figure out what you're looking at. Like I think it's a balance between those two things is what makes the adds more dynamicism. That's of course that's my guess. And I think that like when you do this, like you're kind of breaking a plane by, I'm gonna make this a little bit, or try to make it a little bit bigger anyway. Even with this character, you know, he's like brought more closer to the camera, so you got the foreshortening, he's bumping in front of her leg, like a little bit more dynamic, and then like twisting the torso around, like that all adds to like that balance of like, what am I looking at, trying to figure out what you're drawing, I mean, what the drawing is, and the solid shape of it, so it's easier to. I mean, I don't know. That's. I feel like I'm just kind of trailing off with that theory, but something like that anyway. I should probably still work on it. Oh, I know where I was going with the first part of the thought about the whole rendering was I really, of course, like a lot of people, I really like it, and I try to copy it all the time. But a lot of people in my last portfolio review on David Finch's channel, he said that my rendering was competent, but it was competent because I used very little of it, and where I did use it is it was I don't know, pretty minimal. It was like where shaded areas are, and so I could get away with a bit of hatching in those areas. And then he pointed out that, you know, it wasn't a strong suit of mine, but where I was using it, it was competent. So basically it's like, okay, cool, yeah, just use it minimally, otherwise you're just gonna kind of point out that you don't know how to do it properly. But it's hard not to, because so when I do hatching, like I really have to like stop myself, kind of slow myself down. Like, all right, don't go crazy with hatching, because to me it's like eating sun seeds. Like, okay, I'll try to have just a few, and then next thing I know, I have the whole bag gone. So yeah, that's hatching to me. Okay, so the knuckles. I should draw veins in these. Another detail to slow me down. Trying to draw those. So there's the bone of the joint, and then there's like the little tendon that goes into the finger, and then try to think of the fat skin around the finger that pushes out to the side. I don't know. I should have made that hand bigger. Well, that's where it goes for now. Maybe I'll draw. Yeah, because this will be. He has a sleeveless shirt, so I could draw a vein like right across his shoulder, and then on his bicep. Oh man, that's such a, I don't know if you can see that. I'm trying to smooth that vein out because it shouldn't be. And then I'll just have it go off, connect over here with this shoulder one. All right. So the delts have 3 heads. I'll put that as like the little collarbone. The shoulder muscle will go down a bit. I feel like I could use hatching here. Minimal hatching is what I tell myself. So, okay, his head is a little off center. On purpose, of course. I try not to have too many things centered and what do you call centered and, you know, what's that? Symmetrical, yeah. I try not to have too many things like that because then it's a lot tougher for me to line everything up. Like, it's very annoying because then, like, I think I said before that I'll look at the drawing either in a mirror or flip it around in my phone after I take a picture of it. And I got that idea from Finch from when he gave me a portfolio review a while ago also, was because he was noticing a lot of stuff about my work where it wasn't quite even, things were off, and he told me to look into look at my drawing in a mirror. And yeah, so that helps out quite a bit. You notice like a lot of different things in your work when you do that. Where was I going with that idea again? Oh yeah, so that's one helpful reason to have things off center when you're drawing it. So here's the part where, oh no, his thing should enter there and his shoulder should start up there a bit more, I think. But yeah, that's where I like to put the muscle on top of the collarbone here, as opposed to just pointing out the collarbone. But there are advantages to pointing out the collarbone too, though, is for some reason that makes things like look dynamic as well. Just to pop a bone out on a guy's chest. All right, that should be. Oh dang it! Let me grab a smaller marker for his eyeball. I think this kind of looks like he's looking at you. Oh. Yeah, a lot of stuff is what I learned from Dave Finch. That making the pupils really tiny is one of them. So then if you need to move it around, you can just kind of thicken it up in one direction or another. And I was like, oh, that makes sense. I never thought of that. It's like, of course, that's why you're in the big time. You got all these helpful tricks. Which, yeah, no duh, that makes sense now. All right, that guy should be good for now. I'm gonna go over, draw this gal's face. Geez, it's 40 minutes now. Looks like I'm going over my time. All right, I'm still going as fast as I can. She's gonna have one big eye because her eyebrow right here is going up pretty high on one side of her face. Plus the having things uneven adds to the making things more fun to look at. According to Todd McFarlane on his interview with the Comic Book Greats. Her big earring. Sometimes she has this earring, sometimes she does not. I'll go ahead and put it there. I can't help but put like at least one tendon showing. And that's because Michael Turner, of course. On his work, it's what I notice a lot for when he's drawing women, he puts like one tendon there at least on the necks. And yeah, I thought that looked really cool, so that's what I'll keep doing. Unless enough people point that out, like that they don't like it, then, well, even then, I don't know if I would stop. But I would kind of go back and see why it doesn't work. Kind of like how I would always try to do that button nose with those like nasal strip looking things going across the nose. I tried to figure it out. I mean, maybe I'll go back and try it again at some point, but I tried quite a bit, and my friends kept calling me out about it, like, what is up with that? So now I kind of go with the minimal rendering look. Sometimes this Vogue lady has like one arm sleeve, sometimes two arm glove kind of sleeves, and sometimes she just has two regular gloves. So that's what I'm gonna do for this one, is just have the two regular gloves. And I know that I'm drawing her hands like really big. It's mostly on purpose. I didn't mean to make her hands like this big. Oh man. just doing the outlines of things seems to take a bit longer. I knew it would take me longer doing two figures like this, because last time when I was drawing Witchblade, Sarah Pazzini, it took a while, but I kind of chalked that up to it was her outfit that with those like tendrils and stuff, and designing the quote unquote tech on there. This is what slowed me down. So I was like, I could do this. She has like both these guys have much simpler outfits. However, it's proving not to be the case. Maybe if I don't know. I'll have to redub this. I was thinking I could just go in and like editing, speed this up to like twice the time, and then re-narrate all this, but man, I don't want to re-narrate this. I'll just hopefully people like seeing me draw. And the video going a bit over my self-imposed time limit. Oh wait, yeah, I know I was gonna draw some clothing folds for her boob area. So I was told to wait, how's the costume go again? Okay, she has these tiger stripes on her. Okay, so something like that. Okay, yeah, so what I was gonna say about the clothing folds is that I was told like a lot of times to work on clothing folds. That was one of my obstacles and constant homework given. Homework in the sense that artists and editors would just tell me to work on it. If I wanted a job, so now anyway, it kind of got to the point where I just draw I don't know, like it might not look good or anything either, but I'll still try to throw clothing folds in more areas where I probably don't even need to. Oh man, I'm making her boob look blocky now. Nobody wants that. Whatever, nothing white out can't fix. And yeah, this is obviously one of those impossible bodies. Like nobody looks like this. It's the comic book Where Are Her Organs look, which, I mean, nobody looks like this guy either. But that's kind of the point. You know, it's one of the cool things about comics. One of the cool things I like about comics anyway. I don't think everybody would say that. That kind of reminds me, when I was in 6th grade, and well, 5th to the 7th grade was when I was like mostly looking at comics, and I would talk about them constantly with my friends, and we would like it was tough for us to get the cool comics, the Image comics, because in our town we only had spinner racks, and they didn't have any Image comics there. So whenever like one of us went out of town and got to go check out a comic shop, we'd get like, you know, like a Pit or a Youngblood, or, you know, like one of those kind of comics, the Image style comics, and we'd share it around in school and stuff. And like for the Liefeld things mostly, when we would look at those comics, we were all like blown away, like, oh man, this is amazing. But the girls, most of the girls, when they would look at it, they would point out all these things about how people don't look like that, and then, you know, why is this guy's legs so long? Things like that, which is funny to me because it's things when I watch videos kind of talking about Liefeld's shortcomings in drawings is what they were pointing out when I was a kid. But when I still look at it, I mean, I still see like a lot of dynamicism, and I just think it's awesome. I guess I don't need to put too much rendering on her leg. So anyway, at least they checked out our comics. I mean, the comics we were interested in anyway. And I'm sure we did that to like whatever stuff they were interested in too. Like, no one cares about your dumb Tamagotchi pets. Or I don't know, whatever they're interested in. Oh man. Gotta make these lines line up a bit. I'm definitely using oh dang, I didn't go against, I was trying to keep that one rule. Like, start with the face first. I could probably get away with this marker. Just lightly touch it. So, okay, so she's supposed to be looking at him. So, I'm gonna put the pupils down there a little farther. Dang it. Okay, I think I got it. Perhaps I didn't. All right, now go for that ridiculous amount of eyeliner, eye shadow. No, I think this is eyeliner. This part of her eyeball. I don't know when my video stopped, but it stopped. Great, so now I'm gonna have to do some editing. The reason why I don't really want to do editing at all, I mean, I'll have to splice those together, but the, I forget which, I think I was using CapCut, and like when I was trying to edit a video, they wanted I had to join a subscription, so I was like, all right, well, I guess I'm not going to use this no more. I'll just blacken all that in a little later. But I think I heard about people using the one that comes on these iPhones, whatever, some kind of video editor. So maybe I'll give that a try. I feel like, I mean, I tried a few years ago, but there was something about it that I didn't really care for. Hopefully whatever it was got fixed with one of these, excuse me, one of the, what do you call them, updates? Yeah, one of those updates that happened. There's been numerous of them, so hopefully whatever it was got fixed. Oh man, her mouth, I'll have to use a different pen for shizzle. Okay. She has purple lipstick, so she does have lipstick. I'll try to make that look shiny. Try to anyway, I don't know. That's one of the things I'm still working on. Is well, I guess shiny stuff in general, really. But yeah, lipstick. Okay, so I'm just doing the gums so I don't go overboard with the teeth, but as the teeth go into the mouth, I think it's okay to throw an extra line or two. Okay, so I'm gonna try to draw a circle, which would hopefully emphasize, there's a couple of them. What do you call it? Emphasize shininess. Hopefully that works. And then her makeup, her big purpley, these are the reasons why I think she's, like, I call her Domino, but I mean, Domino only has like one of those. I feel like I'm getting this off. Oh no, this was a little higher. So then I could, but yeah, I think I'm getting this a little, not right on. Let's see, I'll try that image look back in the day where they indicate like a shadow on her nose. Okay, and then this is her glove. Draw these lines, the seams on the glove. tendons. Okay, I'll just kind of guess the shadows part on these gloves. Oh boy. All right, so yep, this is a bit longer. And then way longer than what I expected. If you're sticking around, thanks for for watching this. Oh, maybe if you guys, whoever's watching this, sped this up to twice the speed. I don't blame you though if you, if you left before this drawing was done, sketch was done. I'm not going to be able to turn this into a drawing. I got some sketch covers where I'll do my best to, I mean, of course I don't think I'll be recording it, but I'm going to a couple of local conventions this year, and I'm gonna ironically do drawings on sketch covers. For these shadows, I'm just kind of guessing at large chunks of the glove and kind of leaving a space where the crease is. And wherever there's a contour, I'll try to add like a dark area to indicate that it's shadow. Oh, bit of a tangent there. All right, I was gonna correct this and then I think I'll call it done. I mean, I could noodle on this all day, of course, but I think I'll just leave it like that. Or that's what I said, right? Okay. All right, now I'm done. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.